to talk about OPEC, which is the Organization of Exporting Countries, and how over the years, throughout history, OPEC has been the reason for the prices of oil rising and falling, and how this is still affecting the country today, and how history seems to be repeating itself. So, one of the reasons would include the oil embargo of 1973, which is basically when Syria and Egypt are battling with Israel. And that month, Yom Kippur, which is a holy Jewish holiday, happened to fall on the same month as Ramadan, which is a holy Muslim month. And it was triggered when the Arab coalition attacks Israel and the Israeli occupied territories. So the big result was that the price of oil increased, and on October 17th, 1973, the price of oil shifted from $3 per barrel to $12 per barrel, and this continued until the commencement of gas rationing on March 8th, 1974. And so basically the value of the US dollar had went down. The market and consumer price panic, the oil production peak in the U.S. around 1970, and others were really important factors due to the rise of oil prices. So as a result of this, there became a limit on the amount of gasoline that one could dispense in the U.S. gas stations. Also, some gas stations even closed for business on Sundays. Through all of the economy's efforts, the price of oil still continued to rise even after the oil embargo. The federal government had become concerned and became a bit more involved due to the last effect on the oil embargo left in the U.S. Then President Richard Nixon started recommending citizens to reduce their speed for the sake of conservation, and then later he issued a 55-mile-per-hour limit at the end of 1973. It was stated that the country had many energy problems due to this. The government had extended daylight savings time to a year to reduce the amount of energy being used. Also, car manufacturing companies started creating vehicles that were more fuel efficient. President Richard Nixon, as Cabinet Office, also informed the Energy Department about this, and many factories had to maintain coal being their main source of energy supply. So even though the embargo only lasted a year, it had an enormous lasting effect by giving a global economic recession. The unemployment rate was at an all-time high, and inflation had skyrocketed. It was said OPEC nations discovered that their oil could be used both as a political and economic weapon against their nations. But many actions by OPEC reflected the U.S. oil prices and other different contributions. But being a member of this prestigious organization comes with a few lows and could be a very dangerous job.